Fuck, I'm fuzzy looking today.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is noonish. We're actually early.
Noonish.
We're early today,
Hey,
Dr. High.
We're overtime. We're putting in some overtime.
Absolutely. We're always working hard over here at WTHC.
But I guess technically that would be undertime, eh?
Yeah, we're ahead of time. I don't know. We're in the future. Good morning, everybody.
Lord.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. We have a great day today. I'm very excited to say that I was having some issues with Stoner Talk. And what happened was, luckily, the man, the myth, the legend, Travis, the CEO, I think he said, and owner of Stoner Talk, came in, and don't quote me because he might have a different title. But he came in and we were bullshitting, and he helped us, and then he jumped into our Discord, and he came and hung out with us on the Discord, and he was helping us get some of our friends are joined now, and he's going to come on today. We're going to hang out with him. We're going to talk to everybody. Hi, Haley. Welcome in, everybody. Good morning.
How you doing, Haley? Kelly? Good morning.
He's here already, so he's already ready and pumped up. He's in the green room. He's ready to go. So, I want everybody to get here and make sure they know that this is going to be Travis from Stoner Talk. If you haven't heard of it, it's out there. He's going to explain how to get there. I'm there. I'm already verified. I'm a verified stoner.
Stoner? You're a verified stoner?
Yeah. Him and I, we hung out. He verified it. I'm a stoner, and now we're good. So,
nice.
With further ado, without further ado,
Rollins in here. He's new.
Hi, Mikey.
So thanks for joining us, Mikey. Good to have you. It's always nice to add to the community.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. So here we go. I'm going to bring up Travis, everybody. Travis, give him a big round of applause. I don't have Travis, how are you, buddy?
What is up? What is up, gentlemen? I am doing fine. This fine Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever.
Well, it depends on where you are, I guess.
It's 10 o'clock here, so.
Yes, and you had a long night, so you're probably tired. You're like, let's get this over with.
I took a nap, woke back up. Been up since. So.
Morning, Chris.
I'm so thankful that you came on and that we ran into each other today. And I've been wanting to talk to you about coming on anyway. So, all right. See you later.
That's like, kind of what I did yesterday, except we're not all gone.
He's like, that's it. I'm done. That's all you get. No more.
And no actually, more. I want to apologize to everybody out there yesterday for so abruptly ending the broadcast. That was unintentional.
It happens. Shit happens. There he is. Hi, handsome.
Hey.
I thought you had enough.
Hi, sorry about that. Hit the wrong button.
I've had enough. I'm out of here. That's all they did today.
No, I'm good. I'm here.
All right. So we got to do commercials every, it'll be 15 minutes and then on a half hour. So every half hour from there. So, let's get started. I mean, I guess you're a pothead like myself, and you were like sick and tired of getting thrown around and being abused, right? So tell us about how it got started first, I guess.
Yeah. What is it?
It's an ecosystem. It's an app. It's products, services. It's all of everything focused and built around creators that enjoy cannabis in their content, or enjoy cannabis before they make their content, or that want to make cannabis content or counterculture content. Right? It's just something different from the norm.
A platform with no shadow bans or outright closing of your accounts.
I'm the one right now, the one sole access to the back end of the app, and I have no control over the algorithm. It's when you post is when you post, and that's when it gets seen in the feed, in the main little feed that it has going on. It's all done. Yeah. There's not really an algorithm, so.
Everything's he's the
It's
dude
similar
right there.
to Instagram, similar to Facebook, similar to TikTok, which
Similar to
one
the
of
top
platforms.
right now. Right now,
Similar
it's similar to the TikTok. So
Okay. Nice. Well, that's going to be very interesting. It's about time we start having more platforms of this nature where, you
Good
know, we
morning,
can
Zach. Good
express
morning,
our love
Garrett.
of
How are
cannabis
you?
and
Welcome
provide
in,
people with
everybody.
information in an unrestricted fashion.
You guys
know?
absolutely.
recognize him. He's famous. His name is Travis, and he owns Stoner Talk. You guys got to go download it. It's down there, right there in the bar going across. Go to stonertalk.com. Travis, explain to them how we're going to do this a couple times because I want everybody to know. So explain to them how to get on it right off the bat.
Obviously, we're
Is it
small.
available to everybody now? Is it available to iPhone?
It's available for everybody. There are some bugs and glitches, like I was about to say. Obviously, we don't have millions of dollars dumped into the app. We raised about $3,500 on Kickstarter back in 2021. We were the first app in cannabis social media to be funded. There's several other that tried and they failed, unfortunately. So we were able to be successful. So we were able to buy a white label app. So it's small. It was out of a small firm in Pakistan. So we're working with these guys, and they several other people have used the app. There's one that's been successful, and they've gone on and developed it further than what they bought it at, and it has 33 million users in India right now. So the future of the app is there. We're just laying the groundstones basically right now, the groundwork. But yeah, you can go to stonertalk.com. I would suggest grabbing right now we're having
Hi, Sarah.
one of the plugins that it was built on, the Android side was built on, is getting updated, so the plugins are needing to be updated. So we have a sideload version available for Android, which is available there on the blue button at Stoner Talk, and then iOS, it just went live. It's a little buggy. You can post. It doesn't look like if you try to go live currently, which we can go into further in the show, that it's being visible on Android users, because we were testing it earlier, and my iOS tester, he was live and I couldn't see it, even though I have the main account, admin account. So yeah, we don't know. And apparently somebody was just mentioning in the Discord that they shared it and it was coming up as in demo mode. So I'm like, okay, so there's still some things we're working out there.
Yeah,
But it's going to take
obviously
time.
It's going to be glitches, and it's only. I mean, hey, glitch.
Oh,
Speaking of
yeah.
glitch, shout out.
I'm
to my
only
girl, Glitch.
a month and a
Only
half
one
into
person.
the app being live. So yeah,
Yeah,
we're working.
you're kicking ass, bro. As far as
Yep.
I'm concerned, you're kicking ass. I've been able to go. First off, shout out to Android. Woo, woo.
I'm an Android user, so I had the love on my side.
I remember the video. You said, "Hey, I'm an Android user. Screw you, Apple people." You didn't say that. You didn't say that. You said the
No.
apples fall in the fall, and then Apple fell. And,
Hey,
and
look, we're in the fall. It fell.
you're a man of your word so far. Yeah, I'm loving it.
No.
Now I know there's going to be glitches, but I mean overall it is a great idea. I love the idea, but I'm a little confused on that other thing that we were talking about, and I wanted you to talk to DoktorHigh because he's the brains of the broadcast. so like we were talking about the spaces, not the spaces, I'm sorry, the other thing with the sponsorship kind of thing where you
the advertising, how the advertising and all that works. Okay,
yeah, because I want everybody to know, because everybody want to advertise there, you know.
Okay, so my whole goal is organic content. That was the whole goal with our platform, is providing organic content. And at the same time, creating the next generation of content creators. Because we're for creators by creators. That's the whole. I'm a content creator. My content's gaming. I love gaming. My. Everybody says everybody has an alternative motive whenever they're doing something, especially at a large scale that's scalable like this is. Yeah, mine is so I can ask Sony. It's where I can go ask Sony, hey, send me 100 Xbox, or send me 100 new PlayStation 6s, and Xbox, send me 100 new Xbox whatevers. Like, I want to be at that level, like where I can get my consoles and my games sent to me like any other gamer on any other streaming platform. That's the
Right.
content I want to make. But I want to smoke weed and be stoned as all get out while I'm doing it. And Twitch allows it to a point that you can't make it the focus of your stream. So I mean, but the problem is it's technically still against their terms of service. It's against everybody's terms of service to consume cannabis on stream, live on stream, except in ours. Ours, it's allowed.
Fine, yeah, I don't care.
Right.
Whatever
Yeah.
you want here.
Right. But so our goal was is not to be like every other app that came to market. Every other app that's come to market, especially in our space, has turned into a marketplace for sales. Not to knock them, but that's what happens. I mean, and that's what they either in our space, either it turned into app for sales for brands selling to each other or wholesalers selling to each other, or it turned into antiquated and brain freeze there. They used antiquated marketing techniques to try to do what other platforms that have a larger user base are doing, and it doesn't work, especially in cannabis. So that's where we brought in, that's where we actually sat down and discussed it with a former director of the Colorado Cannabis Board, the licensing board, on how can we integrate brands into our app and it not become an issue down the road, not where we can put a barrier between us and cannabis sales. Because that's the big thing. That's where ATF and the feds and all that come in. Until we are ready to institute a platform separate from our app, which is our goal. That's part of the brand dollars, which we're discussing now. Part of those brand dollars eventually is where we get access to BioTrack, Metric, and all the other all the other licensing bureaus, their APIs, so we can integrate it into a standalone marketplace where we can be the weed. We can have our own Weed Maps or Leafly marketplace legally in our connected to our app as a service stand separate from our main community app.
Yeah. Because that would be a sticking point, I would imagine, considering the legal status of cannabis in the U.S., where some places is okay and some places isn't okay. And then, of course, in Canada, where I am, there's a lot of restriction around how you market your brand if you're a cannabis brand in Canada. So I would imagine that you'd have to take into consideration things of that nature.
Well, that's actually where our app comes in, and it's actually gets kind of a leeway because typically when those restrictions are in play, it's because the restrictions include a clause that says it's based on the viewership of the advertising. If it's over such and such percentage, you can advertise it. Of an adult percentage of an adult viewership, such and such percentage of that viewership is an adult crowd, that's somewhere where you can advertise. Since our community is 18 plus, and that's where Canada's law is 18 plus.
Yeah.
A good chunk, actually, I'd say almost half of our base is Canadian.
Really?
We have 12.1 thousand followers on TikTok, and a good portion of that is community. Our community, they run our users that have their own communities. They like some of the bigger names,
like 420 Campfire and other.
420 Campfire, 420 High Pals.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
a member of just about every one of them. I think
so we have these huge.
I have nothing but trouble with TikTok, and I post only educational stuff, and I have nothing but problems with them.
Yeah, that's why.
And they say they're about education. Education's safe, but education isn't safe.
No, especially when it comes to our medicine.
I contested a couple of their decisions with them, and they said, "Yeah, no problem. We'll reinstitute your video," and then the views never change. It never gets shown to anybody else.
You know what I've noticed?
Content has dropped down from 1,000 views to 140.
What I noticed is you can't tag anything. If you hashtag anything,
don't hashtag. I was about to say that. Don't hashtag anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, I never
hashtag 420, hashtag anything, and they fucking
drop hashtags. Hashtags are going to tie you up.
I don't
No,
even
I
go
don't.
there
I don't
anymore.
use them because of. I had a social media manager that was handling my social media when I first began Dr. High, and she's an expert in the cannabis marketing field for social media, and that's exactly what she says. It's your hashtags that cause the problem. You know, so I've been quite aware of
But
that.
the funny thing is, if I was to hand her if I was to hand somebody like that our app, if I was to explain them our marketing, what we're discussing now, how we're going to handle our marketing, we're eliminating PPC. In app, there is no PPC. We don't track that anymore. You're paying $99 for a month. That gives you an account where you can post whatever you want to post multiple times a day, and it's less than what I've done the numbers before.
Well, I got to run a commercial. Why don't you think about the numbers and we'll be right back. We're hanging with Travis from Stoner Talk. And of course, my handsome partner over there, Dr. High. You're looking very good today, Dr. High. You guys have like the same haircut.
The plant behind me that's looking good today.
Well, yeah, that is looking good too. But I think you guys got the same haircut. I don't know. But we'll be right back.
I'm more age related.
Right now, our country
It's fresh. Mine I just did yesterday.
I was gonna say the last time I seen you, you were looking a little scragglier.
Yeah, I was. No, but it's like $3.33 a post. So it's like, or a day is what it ends up being.
A day, yeah.
Through
I mean, if you'd make 3 posts a day, it's $1.10 a post. So it's,
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can break down boundaries and connect as human beings. At lovehasnolabels.com/one small step, you can listen to amazing, life-changing conversations and find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/one small step. A message from
So we're still live, obviously, on Facebook and YouTube. So don't pick your nose or anything.
People do some pretty cool things.
We're no longer on the radio right
different. Now. I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to
Hi, Matthew. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you
today.
so much for being
That's
here.
aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Are you in the Owensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever you're.
All right, Sarah. Much love.
Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today. A fast Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, basically it's like
Damien.
698176.
I buy a bottled water.
Good boy.
Or has certified medical grade
How you doing,
water.
Matthew? Damien?
Of water.
How's it going
Healthy
today?
alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts
Why
up
is
to a
Matthew
year.
throwing tomatoes at us?
25 to 30 years.
I don't know.
Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink.
Is it because they thrive pretty much under the same conditions as
Go
cannabis?
to yourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Yourwater.org.
Happy 420, everybody. Let's smoke. Here's Muck Sticky. Get
Hey, Tim,
stoned.
how are you? No, not right now, buddy.
Come on and smoke it with me. You know you won't be on that tonight, buddy. Do you
Hi, Tamitha.
Superman song tonight? Bring then back up. Cherry soda and mountain dip. Feeling just a minute. I believe cannabis. Hey, you. To the moon. Free swimming in the ocean. Taking much, baby, got the magic love potion. It's proof that'll make your body move real smooth. It's so soothing, it'll put you in a good mood. I know some blood, they'll pack of you. Gone, guess what? What? You and me, we're gonna get stoned.
Yeah, Loki's singing along.
Yeah. Being a whiny dog today. I think he can sense there's things going on, you know?
Yeah, he's like, why is all my shit getting moved around? Why is all these boxes getting packed up?
Bro, I'm gonna show you how to get super duper sticky stone. Lick a bone if you don't like the way I do it. You can do your own thing. I'm gonna leave you to it. I just mind my own busy wax. Wouldn't give a nickel, don't give a flying nickel. What you do with your free time? I'ma be my own boss, baby. Don't need you to manage me.
It's all right, Kelly. I understand.
If you acting like a bitch, I've been broke my whole life. Now you're mad at me for it. Bitch, I'ma keep riding on smoking. Got the token down spoken. Gotta keep your mind open. I'm hoping this will help you think a little different. Broaden your perspective, unzip your brain, zip and get you something, put you in the right zone. If you're tired of being stressed out, baby, come on and let's get down.
WTHC, we're back. Thank you guys so much for hanging around. You guys out here on Facebook and YouTube, you guys are amazing. Thank you. And of course, everybody out there on Live 365 and tune in, chilling out and listening in. That was Muck Sticky with Get Stoned, and we're hanging with Travis. Speaking of getting stoned, he is the, what do you say you were? The CFO, CEO?
CVO, Chief Vision Officer.
CVO,
and founder of the Stoner Talk app.
Stoner Talk app, yes. And we're chilling and hanging out with him. What's going on, Marcel? So he's telling us all about the Stoner Talk app. It's available to everybody now, guys. Remember, he's only one man. He's got a couple people helping him, but I mean, for the most part, he's doing everything himself. So when you're complaining, he's the one that's gonna be the one that you're complaining to. So be easy on him. Be easy. He's high.
That's it. How are you, Marcel?
Welcome in. So tell us more. I mean, so you had different prices. They were for the sponsors, I guess, right? What were the
subscribers? Yeah. So brands. So like I was saying, brands are $99. We have a couple other packages that we bring in. Average
you have to sign like a lease for 99? Like, do you have to pay for a year? You have to sign up for a year, or is it
No,
99? If you take
no, it's
off
99 a month. It's 99 a month.
Yeah,
It's
so if I
for,
can afford it this month, I'll pay for it. But if I can, I can take off next month. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll just turn off your verification and then and all
What?
that.
I want to be
Uh,
verified.
if your brand account, if it's your brand account, we'll turn and yeah. So that's what the 99. So general users right now we're doing a special. General users are $420 for a year, and then $21 for 5 years. And that gets you your Greenleaf verification, and then that helps on that side. And then on the brand side, we have our basic advertising package in house, $99. Compared to what other platforms used to charge to get verified, you'd have to spend upwards of $5,000 or more a month to get verified through advertising before they release the new verification programs on platforms like Meta and X. But those platforms don't actually verify brands now; they only verify individuals through checking your IDs. So we're bringing out brands. That's those brand dollars, though. That's the big thing for the app is those brand dollars go to programs that are going to help creators, like our paid masterclass program, where instead of us paying you, you happen to have millions of
the show, sweetie.
Millions of followers and millions of views on a video. We're inviting you in, and then we're paying you a stipend just to be in the program to learn how to be a creator.
I'm going to take advantage of this one. Woo. I just got somebody who said they're going to pay the 99 a month. All right, hook me up. What do I got to do?
You got somebody? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You like
my first sponsor. Yeah. 99 a month.
All right. Well, we'll talk here after the show, the show and all that. We'll get that set up for you. Sweet. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you. That really helps push the app forward and keeps the lights on. And
to my friend Lori, who is amazing. I love you, Lori. That's amazing. You're such a sweet.
Lori's a big supporter of all that we do here. That's for sure.
Yeah, she loves us.
I'm an idea. So you guys know I'm an idea guy. That's what I do. I have ideas. I have ADHD, bipolar, PTSD. Long story short,
we're like twins.
My mind goes a mile a minute. I have all kinds of ideas, and I'll run it into the ground if I have to. And I mean,
that's why I came up with that wonderful idea of you playing WTHC radio in the background of everybody's room.
I have a better one. How about we go on a promotional tour across country with the radio station and the app?
Worldwide. The only issue is I'm broke as a motherfucker.
Well, I happen to be in New Mexico where we could pick up cheap transportation for less than $10,000.
I thought you were going to say you just hop in the back of the SUV with all those new people coming across.
I can pick up. I have a Bluebird. Less than an hour and a half from me for $8,000. That's already ready. That's already been gutted and already been subfloored and ready to be completed.
You're talking my language. We've been talking about and we've been talking about getting a van for a while now. We just came back from Ohio.
I'm a roadie. My port.
Ohio. We just went to the Muck Sticky concert over in Ohio, WTHC, the OV DJ camp out. I don't know if you've seen anything on there about it, but on Facebook, it's everywhere, man. It was a great time. Muck Sticky, Calligraphy, all the great DJs, Louis the 13th, all the great DJs. Oh,
nice.
Man. Well, it was a camp out. We camped, but I said, "Wow, I'm too old to be camping on the ground."
I've been trying to open a venue down here in New Mexico. It's not coming together. So I need to take, now that the app's launched, and I need to take it across country and get it and literally get it in people's hands and be like, hey, look, here's a device. Even if it's me buying new devices with it working on it and handing it to people here. Use my app.
Sign up now.
Right. I mean, we started in, like I was saying earlier, we started in 2020, and by 2021, I put a Kickstarter together and launched it. And we were the first of 5 apps in the space to get the try, and only of the 5 to get funded. we just lost one app in the space after 5 years that they were self-funded. That was the Weed Tube. They just shut down. They were using PPC. Unfortunately, like I was saying earlier, PPC doesn't work in our space. Stoners, yeah, there's quite a few stoners, but not every stoner is going to sit around and just watch video after video.
Well, that's what I was concerned about. I'm like, all of us are going to be here creating, and nobody's going to be watching because we're all creators. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? That doesn't make any sense. There's going to be people who are going to come.
There's going to be users. Yeah, there's going to be the user too.
There's plenty of people who smoke and don't come on and don't do their shows because they don't want to. They have anxiety. They're high.
In our app. What was that?
On the content, because people want to know more about cannabis. As cannabis becomes more prevalent in society, people want to understand it more. They want to know more about its potential. They want to know how to grow it. They want to know how to extract it. They want to know how to make product out of it. They want to understand how to use it to live a better life. Not everybody's going to be able to create that content or have the interest in creating it. So if there's a safe space that people can go to where that content can be safely posted and is not going to be taken down or have accounts closed, because there's a ton of people out there with a lot of great knowledge, but if they don't have a platform in which to bring that knowledge to the public vision, then it's no good, right? So I think that you'll find the better content that gets created on the platform, the more user base will come into it to try and absorb that information, right? And it's all about awareness. That's the toughest thing in this game, is awareness, is letting people know that it's there, because there's a huge interest in cannabis. It's just growing all the time, right? And across many different generations, anywhere from 20 to 70 years old, people are curious now. It's just that they don't know where.
As you're saying that, I could picture my mother-in-law and my father-in-law actually sitting back and watching it and learning, because they actually enjoy our show, because they hear, what we're talking about, and they're not partakers or in any way, but they learn stuff from us every day, and they're learning more and more and it's just about, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And maybe the more that people learn how safe this is and what the potential of this plant is, they will be open to trying it for the first time or coming back to it after a lifetime of living the life of, a career or whatever, being in a position where they couldn't consume cannabis because of drug testing or whatever the case may be. And now when they become older, it's a great thing to have in your life. It's only good. So, I think it's really good.
I drove tours in Colorado, and we saw 18 to 80 plus. Like, everybody was interested in learning, education, finding out what it was about, and experience. Even if they didn't partake, they got secondhand because they were consuming on the bus. So, or in the tour, in the party bus. I drove a 14 passenger converted Sprinter van. Okay. And the partition wasn't actually all the way to the floor. Occasionally driving down the highway in Denver.
Exhaust fan in the partition with the exhaust blowing out right next to your head, eh?
Seen that van,
driving down the road with a grin.
I came to work stoned as fuck. I didn't care. I drive better high than sober. So, I didn't have to have a CDL or anything either. So it was great. It was a perfect job. Just cruise around driving people from two or three different grows in a glass shop and drop them back at Chiba Hut. Like, rock on. Nice to meet you. Have a nice day.
That's it. All right, Kareem. Nice to see you today.
The app is, it's all out. We're in full on ecosystem. So we're more than just the social, this is just one app. We have an Etsy style marketplace that's it's another, as a brand, and as we're with your brand coming on, one of the things they get access to is they have an account over there where they can currently sell non-cannabis products. So they can set up an Etsy shop and it's no fees.
Merch and shit like that.
Yeah, merch and stuff like that. And because you're a paid brand, because you're paying a subscription every month, we don't take a service fee. We absorb any of the credit card fees and all that just get absorbed. And And
so
then
you'll be doing the processing for payment also through that app for merchants?
For non-cannabis products, we have our website.
I was going to say I got 200 products in an Etsy store now. You know what I mean? So, but it's interesting that you guys would be handling the transactions, like people be able to actually buy through your app and complete the transaction.
Not through the app, through our website, through our marketplace website. But we can make the website. We can make the website a progressive web app, so it is technically downloadable, and that works. We just haven't. It's kind of clunky on how it works, but yeah, that's possible. So yeah, all of our websites can turn into standalone apps technically, without being all of them. Only the main app would be the only one that's in the App Store currently. All the other ones would just be, like I said, a progressive web app. But yeah, go ahead.
If you're posting product on the social media app on Stoner Talk, and somebody, let's say, clicked on that product, they'd be diverted to the website where the transactions could be finalized. Is that the plus side? The plus of our app development is that you can link drop in your comment. In your
video. You can link drop in your video. You can't hashtag and link drop. You only can do one or the other, unfortunately.
Right.
It doesn't work. If you link drop, you can link drop. Yeah. I think I've seen people.
Hashtags are pretty much links anyway, right? So I guess it would be like linking in different spots, and it would probably confuse the.
If you do links, if you do hashtags, it goes to the Discover page. It shows up on the Discover page, and if you drop a link, it'll link out to that link. So yes, if you have a marketplace and you share something, a video, you can drop that link to that product and your caption of your video, and it'll link to the store where they can make the purchase.
Right.
So yeah, that's capable now. And then like I was saying earlier, in the future, we hope to get the API access where we'll have a standalone app that'll be in the marketplace, because to have an app in the marketplace that sells cannabis, it has to have geofencing, some sort of geofencing product. So we're going to build a standalone marketplace, and that's after we get our own payment processing probably set up at the same time, to set up our own in-house where we run the processing at that point. We're a bank, because our goal is that as we hire people, we're going to turn their salaries in the banks, and so they become long-term members. They become owners basically of the app at that point, and their first year salary is what they live off residuals off their first year's salary, basically for the long term. I'm sure you've heard that whole process. You set up how the long term, the old wealth has been made. They made banks out of their money, and they just live off of that residual long term. Yeah, that's basically what our goal is to do. Not for all of our employees, for our employees that want to do that. That's going to be an option, is that we'll set it up and all that. And it's, you live off of it. You get all the benefits of being an employee. We have a goal once we're at full steam with our membership, all of our subscriptions and all that, brands and users, that we'll be hiring, creating 10 new jobs a month, potentially somewhere, either bringing on new creators into the masterclass program, where they get a stipend for just making content, and they learn everything from LLC, from the first step of building their LLC all the way up to working with brands. And they learn from experienced content creators that have made classes in our masterclass program. And I'm actually in the process now of building that out. The first stuff I'm building with AI. The first few classes I'm building with AI.
Are you looking currently for content creators in the space specific?
We've reached out to a few bigger guys, and then we have a few friends already that once we have a big enough user base and things are working better, I feel like that they'll come on, and at that point we'll be able to. But yeah, I'm willing to talk to whoever that wants to help me start building the classes. Yeah, because we're gonna.
Right.
I've already made it where we can have multiple people talk on the same subject, so people can get multiple viewpoints.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Cannabis affects everybody in its own way anyway.
Different.
So
Right.
multiple viewpoints are actually beneficial in this case because of the differential.
What this is our master class of how to be a content cannabis or a counterculture content creator, or just a content creator in general. So we're eliminating creator fund. There's not going to be a creator fund. It's this master class program that I've created. And so the first year, the first 6 months of the first year is it's the section of the class that you can actually I'm willing to fast track you through the first year if you do have everything you need, all your ducks in a row as a business, as a creator, and you're a successful creator already working with brands where you have brand deals in play and all that. I'll fast track you through the first year.
Right.
Because obviously I want you in that second year because I want you making content for my less.
Right. Because content
newer people.
That's, you know what I mean? Content is your product, really.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like you. So you want to talk on? I'm talking on subjects on like LLC, how to discuss brand deals, what you should go after in brand deals, like a whole slew of topics. So yeah, we can have multiple people talk on each subject matter, and we're going to use a LMS for that. And then the education side, though, I hadn't even thought about opening up just an education side as well.
Well, this would be valuable content to have on a platform of that nature, because there are, there's a if you take 100% of cannabis users, a certain percentage of them are medicinal, medical curious, and then you have your recreational, right? So
right.
The educational side is really kind of important, it's really
no, we're
important.
about hydration. We're a big thing about, and then education.
Yep.
Especially if you live in an altitude and you're consuming cannabis, or you like in Colorado, like you're from somewhere near the coast and you come here and you smoke weed and then go on a tour. No, you better be hydrating, or you'll be in the back with a can of oxygen trying not to die. And tourism and all that, that's a part of what we do that we want to promote is tourism and all that. So like tourism and cannabis tourism and cannabis travel, because there's a lot of great places, there's a lot of great organizations and all that.
Yeah.
So
people come to Canada for the bacon, but they stay for the weed. So
I mean, I'd come for the syrup and stay for the weed, but
that's for sure.
I like Canadian bacon too, but I'd come for the syrup probably first. But yeah, no, we're a fun-loving, friendly crew. Just ideas that I keep pushing along to make happen.
How many people are involved with the project as it is at the moment?
Technically 2.
Okay.
That's me and my financial. Besides the development firm there's a handful of people in that I'm paying. I'm just paying. They have nothing to do with the brand. It's me and my It's me and my my buddy that I just sound things off of, and he's my head of security. So when I do get big and I have to have bodyguards and all that, he'll be the guy there with the armor on, and he's the retired vet. He's the retired vet over in Phoenix. So yeah, like that. Yeah, he's basically my Silent Bob. That's I'm his J to he's my Silent Bob. So
nice.
I gotta run a commercial, but we'll be right back. You're hanging with Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh, and we have our friend Travis from Stoner Talk hanging with us today. Thank you so much for coming on, Travis.
Yeah, no problem.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is the shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to
Hi,
speak teen to be
Patricia.
a
Hi,
perfect
everybody.
parent.
Welcome in. Thank you
Thousands
so
of
much
teens
for
in foster
being
care
here.
will think you're
Smoke them if
rad
you got
just the
them.
same.
God knows I'm
To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
That tastes funny.
Snoopy, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today, I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are
badass. Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located at Pot 2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
WTHC, we're back and hanging with Travis from Stoner Talk and, of course, Sleeping Beauty over there. What are you doing over there? You sleeping?
I'm reading the white paper on Stoner Talk. That's what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I do have a white paper on there talking about the need for more platforms and all that. Which there's several platforms in the space, and I don't want to knock any of them. But yeah, we filled in the gap with everything else. Like we have the TikTok, we have our Etsy, we have a Twitch platform that we've been in and out of. The bandwidth and all that costs, so it can get pretty pricey on that one. So we do have that option for, especially for like you were mentioning on the Discord earlier for the radio. We could set up an environment that has that, or we can set up an environment that we just embed one of your other streams into that you just pop up on. And then the developer for our main app, they also have an Instagram, but there's already an Instagram in the space. So do we make our own, or do we try to help support the other apps that are in the space? I mean, I play a game called the Startup Business on Steam, and that's the inevitable goal is you buy up the other apps in your space. And there's like social media, shopping, and several other types of apps, and it's like, yeah, you build your company up and you just buy all the apps up in your space. Do I become a conglomerate? I mean, we're already a super app technically with what we have. We beat Elon to the punch, because that's what he's trying to do with X, is turn it into a super app. Zuck,
He's a super app. I'm not familiar with the term. What does that
Super app means they provide everything. Everything's internal. They have it's a system as a service platform is what it is. They offer multiple services internally, and you have to subscribe. And it's one big app with a bunch of little ones basically, and that it's built out of. That's what technically Facebook was the first one with having Facebook, Instagram, Threads, payments, VR, all the other services that they provide, all that in their super app.
So you're going to build a Canaverse?
That's where a counterculture ecosystem is what we are already, and we have the Etsy, the TikTok, the Twitch. We offer a job portal, so businesses. So as a brand, we have an access to a nationwide job portal, so you can list if you have positions you're trying to fill. You could put it on there and potentially draw employment from across wherever. Like people wanting to move, relocate, they can find jobs that way, and it's cannabis jobs specific. Because right now they're all over. You have to go dig deep into LinkedIn and Indeed and this and that to try to find these jobs. And and then we have travels. We were kind of going back and forth with this travel app that we bought years ago that we were going to start to launch a tour company with, and then COVID hit before Stoner Talk happened. Or even was even a thought. We have that. We can potentially add in tours where we add tour options and adventure packages and all that. I don't know. And then we have a gaming side that we're launching. I recently tapped a good friend of mine. So he hasn't officially accepted yet. I'm waiting on him. He's ADHD squirrely like me. But I have a potential head of gaming that I'm going to be bringing on. He's worked he's worked with Facebook VR actually. So he's worked with Oculus and the head of Oculus. He was an assistant to her for a while. So he's got some experience in the space, and he's really big on Pop One right now. So we tapped him.
Your first phase is pretty much ready to go. It's just working out the kinks, right? Because it's early, and these kind of things have, their glitches and their little kinks. But so you're pretty much on the path right now with your first phase, which is the platform.
Which was the main platform. Yeah, we're within our 5-year plan. We started in 2020. We're only in 2023. So we got a couple of years I built us backwards. So I built the user base first. I built a seed for the user base first, and that's what I built the Kickstarter from. We had 65 backers on the Kickstarter, 65, 67, somewhere around there. 75.
You did that through regular social media.
I did that strictly through TikTok, actually.
TikTok.
Yeah, literally right underneath their nose. Like I've had conversations with their marketing department and everything about what we're doing, and they got a kick out of it. I was like, okay.
They laughed and said, "Good luck." But here we are. Here you are.
So it's like, here we are. Knock, knock. Here we are. And we're part of. I'm actually part of a couple organizations that they're part of. That one of them's the troll patent is a troll. Patent troll protection and all that. So there's enough differences in ours, and because their tech, even though they have a US based app now, the core of the business is based in China. There's enough differences between the apps that I don't see them coming after us, because there's enough apps out there, including porn apps that look like TikTok they're not. Vertical video is the new thing. And that's why every other app out there has some sort of vertical video format embedded somewhere, reels, shorts, whatever.
Yeah, no, video is the way. And
Video's the way.
Like TV and radio in some ways are kind of falling by the wayside when it comes to marketing products anymore, right? People would rather spend those advertising dollars at a lower rate with somebody who's got, 20,000 followers in a specific niche in which their product fits into, because they'll get more engagement from that one creator who has a following of 20,000 people that's specific, right? Than they will from just blasting it out to 8 million people on a radio station in a big market. So
easy.
Or paying some influencer who has 1 million plus followers to blast their product, where a third or more of that user base is bots. A third of that user base will never buy anything, and a third of that the last third of that will stay on the fence for 3-6 months potentially, and maybe eventually buy something. And it's only a half of that last third that'll ever buy anything.
Yeah, these communities are becoming more important, right? As we become more divided, which is what COVID really has exemplified, is the isolation that we experience with the new world order, kind of. So basically, this is the platform because people will be at home. They'll be interacting like we're interacting now, and they want to deal with people within their own communities where they've already have an established kind of trust in them and a belief in them. And they feel that if this particular person is discussing a product that they are happy to use, that they find to be a good quality product, and they're saying that it's a good product, then you're going to find that part of the user base are going to be buyers, and they're already kind of pre-qualified, right? So,
and it's not being force fed to them. It's not being force fed down their throat every 5 videos or every 3 videos or every time they go search something over on Google. And it's not going to show up. Your searches aren't going to show up in ads on Stoner Talk because we can't qualify for AdSense and we can't qualify for AdBot or any of the other ad circles. We can't qualify.
So if I talk about dildos, I'm not going to get an ad about dildos afterwards.
What's that?
I said if I talk about dildos, I'm not going to get an ad about dildos afterwards. Is that what?
No, not on Stoner Talk. I mean, I have a wholesale account for a toy store, so I mean, we could add products to the marketplace if you want to promote them.
I'm thinking about it now.
Me and my ex-wife ran a toy store. She was studying to be a sex therapist. So yeah, I bought her a toy store for your Christmas present one year, and then I ended up with it in the divorce. So
you have a lot of extra product.
No, it was all online. I have a tub of so I worked for a guy that was doing eBay. He owned several of the franchises for I sold it on eBay. Because he bought them from the dude who actually the main guy, and then the main guy basically went out of business. So this guy was the last one, and he had one store. He owned 4 or 5 stores, but he only operated one, and all the other ones weren't open. So I worked for him doing photos and stuff, and he had bought out a local toy store, and I bought a bunch of stuff from him and sold all but a tub of leather gear. That's all that it's that crappy. Well, it's that crappy stuff with that felt on you.
You can
one of them red balls that he can strap on.
I know you got a ball gag and everything now. It's all coming out.
It's that crappy stuff with the felt that rubs off after time because it's old dead stock that's set for years. There's apparently some way to save that. I'm
those leather masks with a zipper for the mouth.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
There might be one of those in there, 1 or 2 of those in there. I don't know. I haven't looked in there in forever.
Stoner Talk.
No, and on Stoner Talk, I could literally clone the app and make a 21 plus adult version of it. But for now, I'm telling our accountants to keep it classy. They can advertise their accountant page. Just keep it classy. Like we're 18 plus, but not everybody's going to want tits and cock fucking shoved in their face when they scroll down our page. Like,
cock in my face
right. Right. So just keep
I
it
would much
classy.
rather a pretty bud.
Yeah.
I prefer if you bought a brand account. I mean, just cause, then you could sell your videos and stuff in the app store in our marketplace and make even more money. Look at that. I mean, cut all the cost out.
Right. I mean, geez.
But I know OnlyFans takes like 30+%, and all those other sites take fucking all kinds of money and this and that. So, but
It's
yeah, no,
already
that's
on there,
down the
Stevie.
road.
Yo, it's on there, Brandy.
Yeah,
You
well,
should be able to
now,
download it now. Go to stonertalk.com and then get verified, sweetie. It should be ready to go. It's still got some glitches, but it's only him. He's the only dude doing it all. So he's working his ass off. Well, today he's
Verification keeps the lights on, keeps the servers paid, lets me.
get verified. I got verified today. Yeah,
I have it set up on the server that they prefer, that the developer prefers for the time being, so that if there's an update or whatever, they'll update it automatically. I don't have to pay for any future updates. I've already paid everything. So they're going to keep, I can do other updates to it, but they're going to, any bug fixes that they need to do, So but we own it, even though we bought it from somebody else, we own it. We can, if we find a developer that knows full stack, in the community that wants to come on and help us start developing it further and start fixing some of these bugs locally, that I have some equity. Like he says, I'm the only one. I have a buddy that I'm going to pay myself once this stuff starts actually being substantially able to pay the bills, and I'm going to pay him myself for his.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
We do a lot of free work, but that's okay because it's about passion more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's all about the passion. I don't give a shit.
Follow your passion, and then eventually, the reward.
It'll all work out. It'll all work out in the end.
And if nothing else, we help people understand more about this plant and its potential and the way things can go. So,
right, absolutely. But yeah, subscriptions $4.20 a year right now. $21 for 5 years. The lowest you'll get it. That we have it. It's trying to just get a big lump sum so I can hand it to the dev.
Hi, Grandma.
That's just for a user.
Yeah, that's just for a user. That's just for a basic user. Just a basic user account. Get your Greenleaf. One of the things we're gonna do is one of the additional developments we want to do is to add other verification badges. Right now, there's only the one that we can do. There's nothing in the back end that we can set the type of verification. So everybody's going to have the green badge, but once we can develop further where we have it, then it'll be certain users will have certain types of badges. Probably the
badges.
What's that?
I said badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Your pot leaf verification. But yeah, but there's also in the future, once we hit a certain number, there's another company that we were originally going to work with and buy our app from that has a way more advanced in the development and feature options and all that we can potentially buy and then move us into. And it's just literally an update in the apps. We just stopped using one app and just installed the new app, and everybody's like, "Oh, look, everything works now! Finally, yay!"
It could be expensive. I know somebody who has also created a cannabis-centric social media app, and he's got a lot of money into it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of money into it. And
YouTube had over $200,000 in the initial development.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not an inexpensive pursuit, let's say.
It's not. It really isn't. But the problem is that what it boils down to for any app is the users.
Yeah.
You can build the best app possible, but if you can't draw users to it, or if you don't have a
that's the same.
As you know, I'm on every day. I try to get on for a little while. Nobody comes in and hangs out with me, but
that's the nice thing about this community too, right? Because if we all kind of work together to spread awareness, and that's awareness of places where people can learn, the people they can learn from, the right types of content, and we just help elevate each other. Right. That's what it comes down to, right? Because awareness is the key. It's people knowing that it exists, and that's the difficult part in this day and age, is getting the online real estate out for people to be able to find you very
That's
easily.
it right there. The online real estate. There is lack of online real estate for cannabis media. And that's what Stoner Talk's trying to be, is that, like I was saying, there are other platforms, but I don't want to knock them, but they're not thriving. I mean, everybody went to Cannabis and then went back to TikTok, because Cannabis was a bunch of growers talking about growing weed. That's all it was. The growers trying to sell and all that. Oh, you can get that on Instagram already in your inbox. You got 50 people trying to sell your weed.
Yep.
One of the jobs that we're creating, like I said, I was like, we want to create up to 10 jobs a month between the influencer program or in-app jobs. One of those jobs is a QA department member, because we want to do all our quality assurance through humans. And that's that's a big guarantee. We're guaranteeing our brands that are paying this $99 a month is we're not going to allow that illicit sales happening on our app. We're not going to turn into self-growth.
If you do, right? That's the problem, especially in the States, is that they'll be all over it, because as soon as you're running content multi-state, then you're under federal jurisdiction, and still not legal federally. So this is where you encounter a problem. That's one of the things I was going to ask you. How are you going to ensure that the brands out there are legitimate licensed brands that can operate in this space and not jeopardize what you're trying to do?
Well, that in the future, once we get the API access to the metric and BioTrack and all that, where the licensees are, they do their business between the end user, the customer, or the patient and their business. Once we have that access, then every month it'll be we'll probably have an API. We'll run it we'll have some sort of code ran where it'll just check all of our users, all of our brand accounts that have that trigger in their account, that their account needs to be verified every month. And if for some reason their license isn't valid that month, for whatever reason, they'll get a flag, they'll get an email, and they have 7 days to correct the issue. If not, their account gets deactivated.
Okay.
That's the inevitable goal.
That's got to be a concern, right?
What's that?
For sure. That's one thing we talk about when we talk about bringing on guests. We'd like to have guests 5 days a week, but we can't just have, somebody who appears to be legitimate and not. So we have to be able to vet the people we talk to, and you're going to have to be able to do the same thing, right? So,
yeah, and it'll always be a human. Like I said, we'll have a human QA department if there's any discrepancies or anything, and it'll probably always still be hand checked in the end. It'll be initially be processed. Probably we'll just fast track it. So when something pops, okay, that one needs to be hand verified. Check, make sure, communicate with the customer, client, or whatever. Because we are still doing marketing. Your account's still a marketing account. You're paying $99 for a marketing account. It's just not your traditional marketing account. So we're going to verify. We have to vet you, and it's a great question. We do have to vet you as a brand. Like we want to know that you're licensed, you're legitimate. It's just once we have the API access, that'll be when cannabis brands will have a little bit more leeway on what they can do in that. We're not ever going to be not like any other app. We're not going to allow illegal activity to happen. We're not going to allow sexual abuse, trafficking, illicit sale, black market, gun trafficking, anything. No, you got to be a legitimate business that licensed and legal to do commerce in your locale to be able to do business on our app. The verification, like you said, is part of that, is to create the head, either the coder that codes that initial process for the check, and that helps maintain the app, as part of the code team or that person in that QA department. So that's where that brand dollar does, is create those types of jobs like that, so that that we can do those types of checks.
The other nice thing is that most people in the cannabis space legitimately have brick and mortar operations that can be back verified, plus licensing from the state. I mean, there's very few virtual cannabis businesses out there that are actually working with product, right? There can be plenty that are doing merch or spin-off accessories and things like that. But when it comes to
if they're delivery only, there's the delivery only operations like we have here in New Mexico.
Right.
But yeah, most of those either work out of a ghost dispensary or the back door of an actual licensed dispensary. So yeah, there is some brick and mortar there. But right now, the only type of accounts, the only kind of sales we'll allow, you can show your product and you can direct people to your own website in-app currently as a verified account or as a regular user. But we're going to check that content to make sure you're not sending them to some illicit garbage.
Right. So like Telegram channel.
That's somebody who's not verified. If you're not verified, then anything that says any kind of sales of anything, we're removing. And then after so many, we're going to block it. You're removing your account.
Because it jeopardizes your platform if they're not legitimate businesses.
Right. Yeah. And we do have some. It says I'm able to see actual CDMs in the back admin page, but I've tried and it doesn't show.
And CDM stands for?
What's that?
What does CDM stand for?
No, I was trying to. DMs. I'm able to see. It says in our admin panel, I'm able to actually see direct messages in the app, but when I click on it, I can't see anything. Go figure. So in the future, probably I'll be able to even see people's messages so I can catch people. But our app isn't. I don't see our app being bot friendly. So the bots I don't see hitting us for a while if they ever do.
Okay.
So we kind of have that op. I mean, I'm hoping.
Right.
Nick, we have a couple questions, and I'm not sure you can see them over here on the side, and you may have already answered them. But Nick asks, so how do you combat the excessive amount of spam? Because every time I seem to block one of them, 10 more get through. Now, he's on Stoner Talk, Nick. This is the new app. I don't know if you've even been over there yet. But he can explain, I guess.
On our app, yeah. I mean, like I was just saying, it's I don't see the bots and all that happening. But we're human. We're human, so that's how we're going to manage it. We're just going to, people can report it. There's a reporting process in the app. You can report a video or an account, and I go through it a couple times a week at least and check to make sure nothing needs to be taken a look at. There's a couple of test accounts that have been reported, and they can stay because they're test accounts for Apple and Google. But other than that, any other accounts, if you feel like it's an issue, we got some cool ways, some cool reporting. We kind of got the vibe, keeping the vibe going even in the reporting process. And you just report the content, and right now it's just me, but eventually it'll be a team of people looking at the content.
Apple and Google set up test accounts, to test your gatekeeping and to make sure that
they have to test the app. Yeah, Apple and Google. The process with Apple and Google has been quite entertaining.
I bet.
So they just when we submit them for approval into the stores, we have to give them access so they can go in and test everything and make sure everything works.
Right, because they're verified by Google Play once they're on the Google store, or I imagine you have to be able to conform somehow with iOS's systems too, right? So
iOS right now can't. We don't have purchases set up in iOS right now, only in Android. I should have mentioned that probably. But nobody's really worried about buying coin right now. but yeah, we have to conform to iOS payments and this and that and other forms. And they have what they look at, and Android looks at a whole different process or different group of things that iOS doesn't look at. So yeah, it was two different. Like right now, Android isn't live in the App Store. We're having to sideload it because there was an issue. We hadn't clearly defined how we use contact lists in our privacy policy. And because of that, they deactivated us. In the middle of them deactivating us, software got updated. So now I'm waiting on the dev to update the app so I can use it again on my end so I can get it back into the App Store. Because I have to go into the app and change every time we put an update, even if we don't change anything, every time we submit to Google, we have to go in and change in the app version.
Right.
And I was in the process of doing that when I found out the plugins got updated and
yeah. All right. Well, Nick has another. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
Right. Yeah. Hi, Andrew. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Nick has another question. He said, but as the platform grows in popularity, the problem will get to be more than a few people can handle. Is there some sort of an AI algorithm that can help you keep it at bay?
No.
Michael, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
So the inevitable goal is to have 100,000 subscribed users and 100,000 or more subscribed brands, at least the $99 point. And at that point, we'll be making enough revenue every month to have a team of humans. I don't want AI. I'm using AI. Yeah, like half the stuff I've done in like privacy policies and this and that's all been done through AI. It's just faster that way. But
because it's had a lot more training than any of us have had in those specific areas, right?
Right. Absolutely.
We can pull on the privacy policy from 100 different companies, especially ChatGPT, that's been trained on 16 billion internet pages or something crazy like that, you know?
And I'll go and take something from somebody else, throw it in there and be like, hey, take what you already know about Stoner Talk, and bam, and it spits out something with the vibe and something in my vibe and in my faith that'll work. So, but yeah, no, I mean, so once we hit that's the optimal goal is to hit that number. And I mean, that's not unreasonable. It really is an unreasonable number in the long. I mean, you're talking Threads and had 1 million users in the first 24 hours.
That was most likely only because it's links to Facebook and Instagram, right? Some people transition over and they make it super easy to do. But Threads, I think I played with it for 2 or 3 days, and that was it. You know,
the vibe, the flame for Threads is over. It's sat on my desktop for weeks now. I haven't done. It doesn't. It didn't. It was but I was gonna say this. Where the biggest pitch for all this is, I've never meant Stoner Talk to be the end all for people. We want to complement your other content and your other platforms. Where you go for your stoner content. Make your other content for your other platforms. Keep your communities. Use Stoner Talk as your behind the scenes or whatever. But it also opens up opportunities for creators that do want a platform that's full time or that want to grow their brand and learn from other creators. And instead of being forced to do this, and this, to jump through hoops,
Adopt US Kids presents
Everybody
What to
can hear you
Expect
back
When You're
here.
Expecting. A teenager.
The jump through hoops. You don't want to jump through hoops because people hate jumping through hoops.
Now, when a teen says on fleek, it's exactly like saying that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love Becca. Another word you
Hey, look, I say something in a news article about Threads pops up.
I am like so jealous.
We're always listening, man.
This was at 10:54, so it was a little while ago.
Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're
Meta Thread struggles to grow amid rivalry with Elon Musk's X, ranking ahead of only Tumblr.
brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad
Like
Council.
I said, we're in the middle of the social media wars, man. I'm
This
going to
is
come in at the
really
bottom
a
and
very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into
we have a friend that's doing another app called Muster.
Her knowledge was limitless.
Another niche. Yeah, it's called Muster. It's another niche social media platform that they freedom of speech, the freedom of speech platform style and all that.
This woman put
He's a
back
user on our app.
together
He has an online CBD brand,
shattered
and I told him, hey, if it's legal, you can sell it, dude, and tell people about it and link to it, do whatever.
But as a superhero, everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Bill Schmidt Jr., a.k.a. Billy Blaze, a.k.a. 420 Kid of the Holistic Cloud. R.I.P. to my man, Derek Crum. I want to give a shout out to Calligraphy. My dude Means, little homie Manuel Noriega, Big Just, Rossi, Jack the Apostle, The League.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Big buzz to little crumbs broke up in the bottom. Feel like autumn leaves falling. Only problem needs solving is seeing who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in. Need to holler at Billy. He keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air Kush by the bush. Wow. Screaming loud. Still smoking. Having nice dreams floating through space. So when they ask me how high, my reply, I'm half baked. Sir, smoke a lot. Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy. Prescribe me huckleberry and lemon cherry gelato, G. I take it back to rolling in the Optimo. Blowing smoke out my nose. Dropping ashes on my clothes till I doze off. I'm so fried, no lie. Got you afraid of heights, scared to look down. You so high. Cause when I spit that shit, it's like I lit that shit in the crowd. Pass it around and let you hit that shit.
Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Smoke that weed. Smoke that weed. Products for nothing for my relief. I'm in love with THC. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Good sunshine in my pocket on a Sunday stroll. Homie got the rap, give me the sack. Let the good times roll. Therapy, earth, body, and soul. World, give me beat. Bel Air Kush, give me mental control. L-lit, back row. 5 packs told. The studio we roll. Bring relief. We the musical. I need to know. Healthier than pill pop. Mother, give me herbs to fill spot. My medication, kid to a kill shot. Little strings, lay hands in stressful situations. Out of all the girls in my life, Mary Jane, a reservation. Here at 23, raise your hands in liberation. A celebration, history free from information. Stand up, provide the right education. Show love, holistic cloud, politics throughout the nation. Making it stop debating Billy Blunt stats, flavor, taste the weed.
Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Smoke that weed. Smoke that weed. Just in the leaf for my relief. I'm in love with THC. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
WTHC, we're back and we're hanging with Dr. High and what the Sam hell? Travis! Oh, there he is. Oh, hi,
I hit
Travis.
the back button again.
That's all right. Yesterday I tried to back out because I had two cameras going on while we were making some CBD oil. And when I got out of it on my phone, I shut the whole broadcast down. That was it for the day. So pressing the wrong button is not unusual here.
We're high. We do a lot of
Yes.
silly stuff. Anyway,
Stop touching things.
we're back. It's we just celebrated 420. Happy 420 to everybody out there. Thank you so much to everybody out there on Live 365 and tune in. And of course, everybody hanging out and coming in and out over here on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget, today the word is Cannabisaurus Rex. Go on up to
Saurus Rex for everybody going out there.
Tailored Herbs and Concentrates up
That's
in
right.
New Brunswick, Canada, in Burt Church, and tell them the hippie said Cannabisaurus Rex, and you're gonna get a free pre-roll. Free pre-roll, yeah. I'm on my way. I wish I lived closer. Anyway, we're hanging here with Travis. Travis is the man in charge of TikTok, Stoner Talk. Stoner Talk. I almost called it TikTok. Hate TikTok. Hate it.
TikTok for stoners.
TikTok for stoners, right? Why didn't you go with Stoner Toke?
Stoner Toke.
I mean, the name. The name could change. If the name has to change, the name has to change. I mean, we started out as SmokeSesh.life, and then after the Kickstarter, Stoner Talk was a trendy hashtag. So it was like, you know what? That sounds more like what we're actually going to be anyhow. So
don't get me wrong. I like Stoner Talk because screw TikTok. I like it. It's better because we're stoners and we're here, and they don't need to be banning us because we take our medicine. I'm so sick of that bullshit.
Right.
I had seven
Absolutely.
accounts that were very close to getting to 10,000 followers each time. And each time, as soon as I got close to 10,000, they were like, nope, you're done. Take it away. Take my money. I had this when they had our subscribers where you could, I don't know, you could probably still have subscribers, but I had like 25 subscribers who were paying monthly to follow me, and they took their money and they continued to bill them afterwards. Like my friend Brandy was still getting billed after they took my account away and took the money that I was due to get paid. They made it so you can only get paid on the one time a month or whatever, and they screwed me on that too, the fuckers.
Yeah, so our deals are we're gonna have a stipend program with our masterclass program, so that'll be set up, contract, and all that. But we're not gonna do that till we have enough brands that we can sustain however many creators at a time that we want to bring on. So yeah, the number of users, subscribed users, correlates to how many jobs technically we can create. And it covers the questions from earlier about how we're going to maintain it and all without AI. It's manpower, right?
Drug test. I need to know if you're going to drug test.
I mean, we'll test your drugs to make sure they're drugs.
We're going to share them, and you test them to see if I get high enough to work here.
I mean, so there's an app. I'm sure some of you know about it. There's an app out there called FooBar, and yeah.
Fucked up beyond all reason.
Yeah, and literally it's a chat, social media little chat site, and they sell pixels. That's how they make their money. They sell pixels. They sell $1,000 little GIF images that do absolutely nothing that you can give to people.
So
and they
NFT.
do. They were NFT before NFT was NFT. The CEO has a beer kegerator in his office. I want to have a dab bar and a freaking bud bar in my office. Like
me too.
Like
me too.
Is cannabis fully recreational and medical in New Mexico?
Oh yeah, I was customer 32, and in Las Cruces, because Las Cruces didn't put a time frame on when dispensaries could be open.
Okay.
They can open be 24 hours here. So on opening, they ended up there are two shops opened at like 12 a.m. I was number 32 at the main shop.
some advocacy and stuff like that, education in Colorado
and Colorado, Colorado, we helped rewrite the consumption lounge laws. We were part of a group of producers, event producers, and promoters that kept on nagging until they rewrote the law to make it more easier to handle. And now that we have hotels and all kinds of stuff there that allow cannabis legally, some were already doing it. Tours technically weren't legal with the way the laws were written, but now all of that's legal now because of.
As it should be.
And then in Kansas, I fought for well over 10 years, or well over a decade in Kansas to try to get anything pushed, and it was like beating on a brick wall. It was like trying to knock down the Great Wall of China. It was useless, pretty much. We did not have a big enough army. We were not the Mongols. We were not able to knock down the Great Wall of China. So yeah, even the governor now, she's been trying, and she can't even get a medical law pushed through. And it's like, so we got out of there when we did.
The pro side only has access to X number of dollars. The con side has access to big pharma money, alcohol money, all this kind of money that is counter cannabis because it does cut into their bottom line. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. The cannabis industry doesn't have the money to lobby the way that the industry that anti-cannabis do. And
they don't. And a platform like us could become that kind of voice for it. Absolutely. Like we could, like from our dollars, like we could use a portion of our dollars to put into that. But I don't know if I want to get us mixed in with. I mean, yeah, we want to change. We want to make change, but at the same time, is it even worth it? Is it worth it? We're, like you just said, we're fighting big pharma.
Yep.
It's an uphill battle. No matter how hard we fight, no matter how many dollars we throw at it.
I just feel like if everybody came together, though, you know, like there's just so many of us. It doesn't matter.
There is so many of us, but everybody has their own motive. And that's trying to get everybody behind a million man canna march, maybe. I mean, I could see maybe that, but even that would just. It might just be throwing a rock in a lake.
Well, this is the problem, right? It's like when we want to combat different policies and things like that, it's very difficult to get people to align, right? And to actually step into it because they don't understand that there is power in numbers. And people want the vote, right? The people who are going to sway these decisions are politicians. And they'll get very concerned if you can bring enough people together in a particular state or on a federal level who come out and say, you know what?
We're done with this shit.
With us. We're not
I mean, if that's what our app becomes, that's what our app becomes. Like if our app becomes that voice, Mass Roots tried, they're no longer with us. The Weed Tube, they tried to be a voice. They're no longer with us. Cannabis, the Cannabis is on the back end of, if you're not aware, Cannabis is actually a community within a community environment, a community building environment. So Lady Gaga and Red Wing Shoes also have communities on the same platform.
Cannabis community?
No, Red Wing. They have their own Red Wing Shoes, the shoe company, and Lady Gaga both have their own kind of communities on the same platform as Cannabis.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like their three main ones that they promote. I don't know if they even have any other ones. Truthfully, and it's not knocking them. They found it with they put money in. They have to buy for upgrades and all that. But I think I think the guys who run Cannabis might be in the ownership of the actual main app. I don't know. I don't know the deal that they have. And then you've got potsmoking.com, which is kind of like your old message board style. And then you've got Buddy Jane and what's the last one? There's one more I'm braining on. Cannabis, Buddy Jane, WeedTube, potsmoking.com. Or is that it? Yeah, I think that's it actually. So that's your main weed apps. There's a few other random ones that have popped up on the App Store that like High Life, I think is one of them, and there's a couple. There's a weed dating app. Our
dating app.
our developer has a dating app as well that we could put a Stoner Talk dating app together if we wanted to.
We have a puppet section.
Is there a puppet section?
I'll be looking for a sexy puppet.
We actually have some other stuff. They're not sexy, but we have other stoner puppets friends too, so that's great. I'll have to find some of the ladies to get onto the app. But yeah,
Stoner
no, overall it's like
we're takes on a whole new meaning.
we're like other apps. We just our terms of service allow cannabis. That's the whole point. We're niche. We're niche enough. We're 18 plus. We fixed it where everybody now has to enter their date of birth when they sign up, just so we can verify that you're over 18. And
my
then
son did that. He's 12. He did that. He just put in my birthday. We have the same name.
Yeah, but see, the difference is you got to pay, right? So you got to pay gateway there. Which
I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Well, no, the main app, the actual app is free. The subscription is a separate thing. So the subscription just gives you verification and says, "Hey, I want to help see this app succeed." Is basically
so people can use the app without paying anything.
Yeah, you can use the basic app.
User, then there's a subscription fee, or if you want to be a brand who uses the platform to promote your goods and services, then you're a paid.
We ask that you subscribe. If we see you trying to do sales and all that, we're going to ask you to stop until you subscribe. Like it's not, we're telling you have to, but at the same time, we're telling you have to.
What do you consider sales? Like advertising my radio show? Would that be considered sales?
No, if you post a video and you says, "Hey, hit me in my DMs, I'll sell you some weed." That's sales.
No, I don't want to.
Right now, everybody, they have to link out to another site. Paid or not paid, as a brand, you have to link out to another site. But as a brand, you're going to also get the no processing charge fees and the marketplace for your non-cannabis goods, and that's unlimited products, and that's $100 a month right there. That's $100. Our goal is $100 a month for that account. So you're getting, as a brand, you're paying $99 and you're getting $100 that there. Plus you're getting the $100 a month value, the $3.30 a day value from your
Stop for a second.
app account.
Let me cut you off. And you're probably already saying this, but I'm high. So I'm going to have you say it again because my friend Lori,
I'm here.
My friend Lori has agreed to subscribe for us. So what am I going to officially get for the $99 starting whenever? Next month, maybe by the beginning.
Let me, I got 15%. Let me,
we only have a little bit left anyway. We're almost done.
Okay. Let me turn on. Let me go to the page. Let me read it off for you.
Yeah, because I didn't read it. I saw it and I was looking at it, but I didn't go. I saw the prices and I was like, all right, that's not horrible. That's not horrible. You know, like
no, and like I was saying in Discord earlier, it used to be with Meta to get when it was before Meta to get verified via advertising. You had to spend $5,000 or more a month as a brand to get verified. That was basically the only way to get. You could apply for it. 7 times out of 10, they weren't going to approve you. But if you started spending $5,000 or more a month in advertising, they'd verify you in a heartbeat. And I know that working with musicians,
right,
and promoting musicians, I know that from that experience because a lot of my musicians would spend that their labels would dump that much, and they got their accounts verified. So yeah.
Alrisha just wrote she downloaded it and created an account. It didn't ask her age, but it did create it though. She did create it through Google. Is that why Google knows how old she is?
It probably carried over. She just signed up.
Yeah,
because I don't remember it asking me how old I was either.
No, because it would be you're already verified with Google, right, through your Google account, whether it's your email or whatever the case may be. So that's why it's so easy to sign into everything anymore, right? Sign in with your Google account, sign in with your.
And we could have had it set up to do Facebook as well, but that API access is a little tricky, and they're pretty particular. So with the $99 a month, you're going to get your social community account, which is the app that's in the App Store. You get a retail account where you're able to sell non-cannabis products.
Okay.
And I don't take a service fee. We absorb the service fee.
Okay.
Once we get the API access, then you'll have an access to a restricted sales account in that app, that standalone app.
Okay.
We also do marketing. We also do printed products. I'm an in-house wholesale printer for paper goods, banners, posters, flyers, some merchandise. We do website development. So we'll give you a deep discount if you need a website developed. You're notified first of opportunities within the ecosystem. We're also going to introduce you to our 1,000+ email subscriber list, Swag Magazine, and then as other opportunities arise from the collaboration among brands, when stuff come up, we can add to the brand deal. It'll get added at that point. So that's the whole point behind it. Is to have that ecosystem of products. And then, you can also post on our job board. If you have an event you're throwing and you want to sell tickets in we can set up an event site and then you can sell events. That's what the premium account gives you in the marketplace, is the ability to sell tickets, and all that. And then also sell the cannabis once. And that's $100 by itself a month. When you just a la carte, just the marketplace account. So you're getting that's $100 and already paying for, that's your value right there for the $99 a month. And you're getting the verified account in the app to post your content, people using your product. You can link right now. You can link to your product on your own website or on your own Weed Map app or your own Da.Hippie app or your own Leafly app or whatever. We'll allow that. That's fine. If you're a cannabis sales, if you're on Da.Hippie and if you're linking to a Weed Maps or a Da.Hippie or whatever, I know you're legitimate because they check your license. We're going to use as many of the outsourcing as possible to do verification until we have to have it done in-house.
Right. Alrisha, it is, if you go back to our Discord, he was in our Discord and he'll probably be back. He seemed to be getting high and having a good time with us. So you can go into the chat and he posted when you're going back up, the first one you come to will be the $21 one, and that's for 5 years. And then the second one, if you want to just do 1 year, I think it's $420, and it's 1 year, and that's the second one as you're going up or pulling down on the Discord over there. All right, sweetie. So you can register right over there. Anybody that's a part of our
subscribing is not required at all.
You don't have to, right? Yep, you don't have to subscribe, but it is suggested.
It'll help keep the lights on. It pays the bills. I've got myself down to the bills of the company's bills, so the bills are minimum. If we can hit a certain point and at least keep the lights on for the time being as we grow, that's great.
Well, I mean, it's all going in the right direction. I've been a part since since it started. I think the day it came out, I saw a message before it even officially came out. I saw a message. Somebody said, "Psst,
I remember you talking about it on the show one day.
Somebody whispered on a commercial or something on a TikTok, and they were like, "Shh, by the way, Stoner Talk is available," and I was like,
"That was me, I think."
It might have been you, and I was like,
I think that was my video.
I think you see if this guy's stoned or something, because there's no stoner talk. And then I went and I
Nope,
looked.
there's
I
the
was like,
stoner
oh my
talk.
God,
I've been
there's the
working on
stoner
it.
talk. And I kind of danced like this, I think, for a little while. I was like,
We've been
I've
out
been
here quietly making moves and making hitting milestones. That's the whole point. We just been making milestones.
So it's official. Yeah, everybody should go check it out. And you don't, like he said, you don't have to pay for anything. You can just sign up and hang out and watch a bunch of stoners make cool content. But if you want to help, carry it on and help be a part of it and make it better every day, go ahead. Start being a member, subscribe, do the 5 years, because after how long? And then you're going to change it to $4.20 a month.
The first 100,000 people to subscribe between brands and users, then we're gonna cut it off, and it'll go from brands.
I just did it, so we're already down to 999,999.
Brands will stay 99, and then a month, and then users will go to 420 a month instead of 420 a year.
Are people able to monetize on their content?
That's
a question.
So live, like I was earlier, there is coinage in app right now. Our goal is to do 4 payouts starting in 2024. We're going to do 4 payouts as this current schedule, but that may change as the app grows and there's more in the budget to be able to do more up to on demand. I want to get to the point of on demand. But I mean, there's nothing in the coffers right now. So, I mean, I can't just hand you money that's not there. But right now we are doing, if you do referrals, if you sign up and you're a member, if you sign up and if you use the referral code and you have people sign up and they use the referral code, you'll gain $5 in-app coin. That
I got a
$5 in-app
referral code, everybody. Oh, I should have told Brandy and Rag. God damn it. Use my referral code, damn it. I posted
and
it
right
somewhere.
now, if you're on a live stream, you can use those coins to send stickers to other users and all that. And then in the future during payouts, you will be able to pay those out. Coins are valued at 1 cent a piece. And yeah, so you're making free money now, getting people to join the app. And next year, like I said, payouts we're doing 4 quarters is the goal. If there's enough in the coffers, and we're taking that from the coin. If people are buying coins, that's where we hope to take that from predominantly. So it kind of pays for itself. The coin system kind of just stays internal. If I could turn the coin into a coin, that would be probably cool. And that might happen when we become a payment process. We create our own payment processing. That might be how we do that. I don't know.
Your own crypto for the platform.
Right. Yeah. We turn our internal coin processing into a crypto, some sort of crypto. I don't know. Who knows where crypto is going to be in 5 years? I mean,
well, it's still going to be around, but what's it going to be worth? That's the question, right? Because online, and especially on a single platform, right? So when it's used exclusively in a platform, it might be a little bit different. So we'll be able to take a live stream like we're doing now and upload that into Stoner Talk.
So right now we only have up to 60 seconds, and I can videos
over that.
Okay.
But hopefully in the future we can make it go longer. It's storage and bandwidth is the issue right now. I mean, we can move the inevitable goal is to move to Amazon. So our storage scales. What we're on right now is the one that the developer is partnered with, so they can get back end access whenever they're working on a client's project. But we get the free updates and all that. So it was kind of like it's $54 plus tax. Ends up being like $65, I think, with tax a month for the server, and it's 2 terabytes.
Okay. And you're looking to transition over to AWS at some point?
At some point, we want to transition to Amazon in the future. It's an overhaul to everything. But at that point, I think that's when we're going to move to the new app. Once we have enough users where we can buy the new app.
Right.
And that's like a $15,000 to $20,000 investment that was our stretch goal during the Kickstarter. It was a stretch goal. We wanted to get to that, but we set low because we knew we could buy a white label app and make it work for the time being. So we started with something initially that just didn't work. Right. And then we moved to a buddy press environment, community environment, and that just didn't catch on. And then that's when I caved and was like, I'd owned these apps since 2021, and I just turned them on this year because I was waiting to let the developers develop it a little more, because I could tell by just looking at it the feel of it initially. What I was seeing, it was still raw. So they've done a couple updates since then. So I let them do that. Plus, at the same time, I was trying to get more traction and just maybe get a brand or two to come on as investors. So when I turned the lights on, I wasn't footed with the whole entire bill every month.
Right.
Until it took off. We knew it was going to take off. We just didn't know how soon. And if it did take off the bat, we needed to have some sort of cushion there that we could scale.
Right.
If we needed to scale instantaneously. So the inevitable goal, though, is to bring it in-house. We want to bring it all in-house. Have our own servers, run it all interior, have cloud off of AWS as our backup, because every app needs to have a backup. But we want to run everything internally, because that's how you don't worry about terms of service on other platforms, because every little thing that we use, we have to follow their terms of service. And the deeper we go down this rabbit hole that we're going down, the harder and harder it is going to work with brands. Amazon is already happy to work with us. We've already talked to them since they changed their policy on how they look at cannabis, up to allowing their employees to be stoners and work in their company, openly saying they're not drug testing for weed anymore. Yeah, we've already talked to their
Amazon.
Listen, I'm sure that Bezos, if he has the opportunity to implement a cannabis service where you can actually purchase cannabis from Amazon, he would do so.
I'm sure he can.
Enough that he would do that, and Amazon is.
And he'll have it delivered by drone. And he'll have it delivered by drone.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
Drop it in my
so your
driveway.
buzz will be delivered by the buzz. But yeah, I mean, I think he's already expressed interest in that sort of idea. So.
I mean, in drones for sure, and I'm sure in cannabis. I mean, it's a booming market. It's a $23 billion a year market by 2027.
Oh, and it's going to go way up from there.
Yeah.
Way up. Once you hit
and that number's without a platform like ours.
Yeah.
We're gonna. We have 200 and. Oh, let me look. Admin panel. All users. We have 237 users as we stand.
I'm one.
That's now a $20+ million company. I mean, I'll just throw a random number out there. Yeah, I mean, we're just growing every day. Every new user adds another $500,000 to our valuation, damn near. Pretty easily. It's just that's because of the need for a platform like ours. There isn't anything like to the scale that's going to offer what we do. And the question earlier with the mentioning earlier about other platforms. What do I do? Do I buy these other platforms and promote them and push them and make them better? Bring them into the fold? Do we compete with them? I mean, I like fair competition, but I don't.
Competition actually drives people to work harder, to be. What's the word I'm looking for? To take the initiative, right? To develop more.
Right. I mean,
it isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's actually better than a monopoly, because then it forces the people involved in that competition to be at their best level, to continue to improve. So competition is never bad. But in this space, in the cannabis space, collaboration has a lot of value also. You know
It
what I mean?
does.
In certain ways. So,
But at the same time, this
have to
space can also be
collaborate.
toxic.
Hold
Okay.
on, I got to
there's no
collaborate
doubt.
with my
I've been working in the
sponsors
industry
right
for
now.
the last 12 years.
Hold
and,
on, I got to collaborate with my sponsors, or we're gonna get in trouble.
See, now there's the toxicity.
See, so hold on. We'll be right back. You're listening to Hippie and Dr. High, and we got
Maybe you
Travis
choose this.
from Stoner Talk.
You're going to go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you going to do? You're going to go grocery shopping. Cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. I'm going to go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen.
Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. Public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing. But not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision reality. Call Collins Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
WTHC, we're back. It's the Hippie and Dr. High. We're hanging out with our new friend Travis, who is CVO.
Chief Vision Officer. Yep.
Vision officer of Stoner Talk. I love you, man. You're like my idol.
I appreciate it.
For a Stoner Talk to come out for a very long time now, and I want to
Yeah,
thank
a lot of people have, and I mean that was what it all boiled down to was the mental health. It's the mental health of it is people
It
were
was driving me nuts. I have PTSD from bananas, man. I can't take them. I don't even want to see them anymore. That's what they call banana over there on TikTok, or you get in trouble and you get a banana every day. And I got about
you have to lean. You got to lean every time you're on live. You got to lean. And, like no, people were tired of leaning and like getting neck injuries and back injuries and like like it's sad. So all boiled back to that original question of why. Like that was why. It was because I was tired of people and I'm an idea guy. I got a hair and I let it fester and I let it fester and look at us now. I broke barriers and hit milestones and I didn't think I'd ever be an app developer. I that was the last thing on my long list of things I wanted to do. But
yeah.
And now I'm talking about trying to develop some video games as well, some app store games, just little stoner app store games. And we're talking about maybe a board game. We want to do a big festival every year. I've been doing some smaller stuff for the last like 20 some odd years almost now. But I think we're going to back off and get the app going and then turn around and come back with one big festival for the app where we just bring all the stoner creators together. And it's a venue where we can consume and it's all legal. And
in
I mean,
Pennsylvania.
we've been following the green train. That's why we're in New Mexico currently. And we've done everything we can. And we don't think it's feasible currently. The laws and trying to change that it was mentioned earlier about politicians having money and access to money, which I thought was funny because our governor actually here, she was involved in a dispensary chain that ended up not getting approved for a huge set of licenses for a facility that was going to produce hundreds of thousands of pounds of cannabis. Yeah. And we just thought it was funny in the green circle of, oh, look, so it's not all about the politicians, apparently. They didn't cross their T's and dot their I's apparently enough. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, we have an idea. We know of a place. The laws, we've spoken with the people who make the laws, and if we do it right, it's feasible for what we want to do. The spot's in Phoenix. It's a pretty famous spot, especially for the millennial crowd. And that's our target market pretty much is the millennial crowd. Unlike I was saying earlier with other apps, it's like that 13 to 18 crowd. No, our age is like the millennial crowd. That's totally our market. I just don't want to put it out there. I don't want to put it out there yet and jinx it. But yeah, we have an eye on some property, really nice, over 100,000 square feet, large enough complex we could fit several thousand people into and have a big enough event. And it's it's in Phoenix, so it's in a major hub, so people can get to it. Yeah, we feel if we could get to that level, we know at that point we've made it. It'll have enough space for us to have our servers that we want to have in house, have our facility in the back where we can throw events, have our offices for all those jobs that we're going to create. If people want to move and be on site work, they can come and work on site. But a majority of everything we're going to do is virtual. Like we're going to create virtual jobs.
Jobs are going to be virtual jobs.
So your demographics are showing you that your user base will be what? 20 to 35, 20 to 40?
As what we're shooting. That's about the age range that we're shooting for. Yeah. Cause that's the candidate we have in our other traffic, we get spikes of older, but that's about where our age range is with our content. Is in that range. And we have a easy, because I'm male, I attract quite a bit of female, but we get a healthy mix of male and female traffic on TikTok.
My demographics show that my main base of interaction are people over 40, and it's 60 to 65% male and 30 to 35% female. That's what I see when I look at my demographics. So it's interesting that you're finding that the demographics are younger individuals.
My demographics, if the last time I looked, are pretty much 50-50 when it comes to checking out my sexy ass. and then when it comes to like what was the other half of it?
The age ranges.
Oh yeah, age is up in the 40s, 40 and above, 40 to 65 somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I find.
Most of my followers are in that older age, 35.
It might be the simple fact that I wear a weed suit for a lot of my content. So if you haven't seen my content on TikTok,
are you a weed suit hero?
I have I was gifted a suit. It was a Halloween costume for somebody, a local celebrity. They gave it to me after this past Halloween, last Halloween, and I've been using it to make TikToks. And because of that, I hit a weird. I originally I think I was more in that higher range, But now, since I've seen this, I've seen a.
Well, I've said it since the beginning. I mean, 18 and up. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, anybody
Right.
who's 18 and above should be and especially if your doctor says you're allowed to have it even younger. I mean, there's people
if you're old
who are
enough to go
younger
to
who
war,
have
right?
medical marijuana cards, And
If you're old enough to go to war, you're old enough to make these kind of decisions. So,
You should be.
you should be,
But that didn't work with alcohol. So look at us now. We're 21 and up for alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's your plan, Dr. High, but we've done our 2 hours.
I got a busy day because you know what this week is for me. So
what's our plan? Are you off? We're no longer as of Thursday, right? Thursday, no show. Friday, no
tomorrow I'll
show.
be here. And then Thursday's my last day to get my ducks in a row before I move on
You're
Friday.
off Thursday, Friday,
Yep.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, right?
Yeah, because I just got a confirmation that my internet will be installed in Montreal on the 2nd of October.
All right.
So I think that's Monday.
That's Monday, so we're good to go by Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll be good to go on Tuesday.
All right. I want to thank Travis so very, very much for coming by. Travis, you have an open platform. Anytime you want to come here and talk to everybody and tell them any information.
Whenever you want me.
Listen, I am also going to be doing a second podcast every day now, coming up in the next, probably by October as well, where we'll be on in the afternoon for 2 hours with my friend Penis Envy. It'll be the Hippie and Penis Envy show, and we're going to be talking so we can talk about your other stuff for the afternoon people as well. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I'm available.
I love you. I think you're very sexy. I think that you have something big here, and I can only wish you the most success, and I will do everything I can to help and anything I can do to help you guys.
Well, I appreciate the support. It's been a rough road, but every little bit of support helps moving forward. For sure.
Supporting the community and spreading awareness and, helping people in the cannabis space gain the exposure that they can get through us. And, we're more than happy to do that.
Yeah, and we're going to be going on to CBGTV.
Yep, CBGTV.
Hey, look, I forgot. I could have turned it this way the entire time.
Yeah, coming in October, we're going to be opening up new markets too with
Pace Radio,
Pace Radio Network and CBGTV. So
that'll help us as well.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I've got plenty of advertising space to cross promote everybody over there, all the way across over to me. So let's do it.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in today and hanging out and chilling with us and getting to meet Travis. He's the dude in charge of Stoner Talk. Go over there, sign up,
It's buggy, but it works for the most part.
I'm going to be going there live. I'm going live there in a little while. I'm going to go live over there in a little while, hang out, and see if I can get a couple people in my room.
And I just want to mention to Chris before we go.
Yeah.
The plants are looking really good. I see you got the flowers are starting to come in. So they're looking nice. Things are looking good, Chris.
All right, everybody.
Good work.
Travis, thank you again. You're more than welcome anytime. Dr. High, I will see you tomorrow, sir. Have a great day. We'll take care of my plant tomorrow. Yeah,
Thanks, Travis. Good to meet you.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, guys.
In the Discord, we're back there all the time. We'll probably be back there in a couple minutes. People are probably
I'm going to let my phone charge for a little while. So
all right. We'll see you soon. Everybody have a great day. Thank you so much. Peace.
Stay safe and stay stoned.